Yo, what is going on, you guys? This is Gaming1 and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, I want to go ahead and discuss with you guys about two different topics today. One of those topics is going to be about Call of Duty 2020 being mentioned in Activision's investor call earlier today, and the other topic is about, unfortunately, how Modern Warfare 2 Multiplayer Remastered is not looking so good. And of course, before we go ahead and jump into any of that, make sure to stick around until the end of today's video because that's what I will be giving shoutouts to all of you guys who commented on my most recent upload. Plus, it helps me get this video to be recommended to more people who haven't seen it yet because of the fact that the watch time is pretty high up there, so yeah. And also, I do want to go ahead and set a like goal for today's video at 30 likes, so as always, if you guys can make that happen, I would really appreciate it. But anyways, let's go ahead and first talk about Call of Duty 2020. So if you guys already didn't know, Activision did have their investor call earlier today, and pretty much they have these investor calls every single year where they discuss about how the current Call of Duty title is doing in terms of sales, how much money the company has made overall in the past year with their games, and what the future will look like for them. So with that said, this is where they usually give us the tiniest details on what to expect for the upcoming Call of Duty title. And this is where Call of Duty 2020, or in other words Call of Duty Vietnam, wherever you guys want to call it, comes into play. Today, Activision has officially announced that Call of Duty 2020 is still set to release later this year, and that to them, the game already looks great. Now, after hearing something like that, to me this is pretty surprising to hear, only because of the fact that we did get those rumors on how Sledgehammer Games and Raven Software were not able to work together that well when developing this game, which caused the development for Call of Duty 2020 in the beginning to be a huge mess, and then Activision needed Treyarch to step in to kind of fix the problem. Plus, with the situation that's going on in the world today and how many people are forced to work from home, yeah, to me this is kind of like a miracle that this game made it far enough to where it can still be released this year. However, I'm not really sure if this is entirely a good or bad thing, because as far as we're concerned, we actually don't know what is the complete truth as far as the rumors and leaks go. So maybe when it comes down to it, the three developing studios that are working on this game right now, Treyarch being in the lead, Sledgehammer Games and Raven Software, once again according to leaks, maybe these three developing studios were actually able to pull through together and get this game going since they actually had so many people involved with its development. Or maybe the game was in a mess and that because of it, it was rushed and it won't be like a complete experience on day one, which is a huge problem that most Call of Duty fans have faced in the past and have been disappointed towards in terms of those Call of Duty games that felt not complete on day one, aka I think Black Ops 4. I remember people complaining about how it felt super incomplete on day one, so we don't want to go through that again, especially if Treyarch is in the lead, because their last Call of Duty title already faced that type of criticism. They don't need to go through that again. On top of all of this, we don't really know exactly what Call of Duty 2020 is going to be. I mean, the rumors are saying that it's going to be based in the Vietnam era, and before that rumor came out, there was actually another rumor that said that this was going to be Black Ops 5. So how could those two rumors just contradict each other so much, right? Like, how do we go from Black Ops 5 to Vietnam? I mean, at the end of the day, we really don't know what is going on with this game, and because of that level of uncertainty and just seeing how much time they had to work with, along with the possibility of the development being a little rocky along the way of this game, yeah, I don't know exactly if I should be feeling excited for it or worried for the game, but in the end, I feel like we would need to experience this game hands-on in order to actually know if this is going to be a fun Call of Duty title or not. And granted, that's kind of what we had to do with many Call of Duty games that have come out in the past, but the situation for this game is sort of different in the sense that, well, we got rumors about what this game had to go through once again in regards to its development. So again, even though it's all according to rumors, it's still the type of rumors that have me worried as much as it has me excited. So I don't know, I feel kind of on the fence about that. But don't get me wrong, I'm still excited that we are going to be getting a new Call of Duty title later on this year. Unfortunately though, that kind of comes with some bad news. And even though I'm saying that it's bad news, to some of you guys, this might be the worst news that you could possibly hear. And that is the possibility of Modern Warfare 2 Multiplayer Remastered not happening and being cancelled altogether. Now, the reason why I brought up such a terrible idea like that is because when it comes down to this game, it just simply doesn't seem like it's going to happen after hearing a bunch of news that we got today from that Activision investor call that we got. Because, well, think about it, right? Call of Duty 2020 is going to be coming out, and they don't want to ruin the hype for that game. By bringing out Modern Warfare 2 Multiplayer Remastered, it's definitely going to take away the interest in whatever Call of Duty 2020 is going to be, and that's something that Activision doesn't want at all, because they are actually invested in that Call of Duty title and actually believe in it. So yeah, they don't want to ruin the hype for that game. On top of that, when it comes down to someone like the Gaming Revolution, who has been a very credible leaker within the Call of Duty community, even his sources don't even know what's going on with Modern Warfare 2 Multiplayer Remastered. One source is saying that they have seen multiplayer with their own eyes and being worked on, while the other is saying that even though it might be real, it's canceled altogether. So just seeing that his sources, which are very reliable sources, are also on the fence about what's going on with this game, yeah, that doesn't seem very good for Modern Warfare 2 Multiplayer Remastered. And even if it isn't canceled, we won't be seeing it until maybe like 2021 at the very least, and that's if Call of Duty 2020 ends up being a massive fail and that they might need something to save it, sort of like how we had Modern Warfare Remastered with Infinite Warfare back in 2016, or that they're just wanting to remaster it for the PS5 and Xbox Series X instead. I mean, as you can see, we are just going into so many different scenarios about what can happen with this game, but nothing leads to the for sure answer that we are going to be getting this at some point in time, or at least even leads to the possibility of it coming out very soon. So like I said, you guys, overall I find it very cool to hear that Call of Duty 2020 was officially mentioned by Activision today, and that we are going to be getting a new title later on this fall, regardless of everything that we've been hearing and with the situation that's going on in the world today. But it sucks how it came at a cost of Modern Warfare 2 Multiplayer Remastered most likely being cancelled because of its release. Now, with that said, this is where I want to go ahead and turn the video over to you guys. When it comes down to Call of Duty 2020, how do you guys feel about it? Are you guys excited that we are getting a new Call of Duty title this year? Or are you actually worried for the game and think that it might be a rushed experience? And also mention about how you guys feel when it comes down to Modern Warfare 2 Multiplayer Remastered. Do you guys feel like it's still going to end up happening? Or are you upset by the fact that, you know what, most likely it's going to be canceled because of everything else that's going on with Activision and the Call of Duty franchise as a whole? Once again, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And before I go ahead and close out today's video, here you guys go with the shoutouts for those of you guys who commented on my last upload. And once again, if you do want to get a chance to get into these shoutouts, just comment down below of whatever you want to say regarding the topic of that video. So for example, today, if you guys comment about Call of Duty 2020 or Modern Warfare 2 Multiplayer Remastered, you might just make it to the shoutout for the next video. But with that said, if you guys enjoyed today's video, please go ahead and leave a like, comment, subscribe, click the bell icon so you'll never miss an upload, and please follow me on my Twitter account, my Twitch account, and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you guys haven't already, as it helps me out on all of those platforms. And as always, take care of yourselves, and bye.